My name is George Tallis. I've been into lamination pretty much since 1985, and that's been my forte. I've got a lot of experience of knowledge of a bunch of different versions of lamination. But the best one we have right now is what we do here. It's called vacuum bagging. So the foaming part of it that you'll see, it's been foamed. We use a graphite infused foam, which raises the R value of the coach by about 5 or 6 points than what the normal white foam is. Then when we get done with that, we put EGS. EGS is for all the backers that go for the cabinets and any countertops and maybe grab handles for the stairways and stuff. To keep it down, we use a web spray that keeps everything down and then keeps the foam in from falling out when we pick it up and move it over to the fiberglass area of the coach. And the other thing is, anywhere that we have double bars and triples, this has been cleaned, and we double clean it when we get done ready to bag it with something called Allodyne, just to make sure that it's being done almost double. We kind of go over beyond what most people do on cleaning, and then we scuff it up too. The welders scuff that up before they bring it over here. It actually helps with the bond with all the other things that we do to help it stick together. After it gets done clean and it gets built, basically what we call building, we get it ready and it goes over into the extruding line. Some of the things that we're doing, we double check and make sure that the slide outs are square before we even build it and stuff like that. That's one of our processing, and it gets checked like 2 or 3 times. Then not only do these guys check it, we have the quality people from next door come over and double check everything also too, before the unit does get ran. Where we have our glue applicator, where it goes through and it will put glue on the fiberglass that we have on the table. The boards you see out there, basically on the edges, is to make sure that we keep the glue off the areas that don't need to be put on, because we have the vacuum bag has a hair cell, bleeder ply, and it'll stick to it. So we kind of keep the boards on it. The boards will come off before we actually vacuum bag it. And then we have time clock that we have everybody watch and make sure that it's all done in between our 20-minute window. And that just helps us double check and make sure we're at, but we always prepare. We pre-cut our panels. As you can see, when we start laying it up, it's got the track on it already. We try to get everything done so it doesn't take us too long to put everything in the vacuum bag. First layer of glue goes down, the wall comes over, and it gets put on, the fiber, or the unit gets put on it. Then the next layer is the paneling. Glue goes on the wall, and then the paneling goes on. Then once we staple all that down, it goes into the vacuum bag, and it gets pressed for 60 minutes, even though it only needs to be in there for like 50. Everything that we do here, we let it go for a little bit longer, and we try to do a better job of what it needs to be. That way it makes sure that it's all done and cured by the time it comes out of the vacuum bag. Liquid urethane pinching and vacuuming is better than hot melt in my mind. I think it gives it a better bond. It's just a preference I have. I just heard too many horror stories about some of the pinching of the hot melts. And then believe it or not, doing it our way here is actually better. It's more user-friendly for the workers that we have. It's easier to maintain the machines, and it's easier for us to teach the people how to run the machine as opposed to the hot melt machines.